that's going to destroy you. But when you call on the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and walk in his paths, your footsteps won't slip. And when you keep reading down in this chapter, it tells you that the wicked is the sword of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's why this walk is so difficult, because if we were in the kingdom, keeping the commandments would be easy. It tells you in Ecclesiastes 8 and 11 that because sentence is not executed speedily, therefore it's in the minds of men to do wickedness, man, to do evil. Now, if you're in a society where everything is set up for you to do righteous, you could just be on cruise control. You could keep the commandments without even trying, because the society would be set up for you to keep the commandments. If, for example, if the women were in order, their adultery would be, it would plummet. The rate of adultery would plummet, because women, you wouldn't be working around other men's wives. You wouldn't be in the company of other men's wives. You would have your own wife, multiple women. That's just one example. The food, if it was illegal to sell pork, if it was illegal to sell crab, catfish, all of these abominations, you could just walk into any restaurant, any grocery store, and just order whatever. You could keep the dietary law without even trying. You wouldn't have to read the ingredients on a list. You wouldn't have to ask, well, what do you fry the beans in? What do you fry the, this devil will actually sell you something that has nothing to do with pork, but then he'll fry it in pork lard. You have no idea what you're eating from day to day. That's why, one of the many reasons we need to get out of here. But the reason that the walk is so hard is because it leads to the greatest destination. Now, let me get this in Esdras, because the prophet Esdras, he had a lot of questions for the Heavenly Father, and the angel always answered him. And, it's a highly edifying book. Let me start at the top here. This is the second book of Esdras, chapter 7, verse 1. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the night afore. And he said unto me, Up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow, and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it, and to rule it? ? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? ? So the angel is presenting a parable to the prophet Esdras, and is painting a picture in your mind. You should be visualizing a place that's set wide, deep and great, but the entrance is very narrow. Continuing on, it says, There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. Now, we know this is talking about the kingdom of heaven. Again, this is a parable. It says, The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. So just imagine a glorious kingdom full of good things, but the entrance is narrow. When you look to your right, you see fire. When you look to your left, you see a deep water that could drown you. Fire can burn you, water can drown you, but at the same time, fire is a cleansing agent and water is a cleansing agent. So this is both likened unto the scriptures. The scriptures, when you read Hebrews, the 4th chapter, it tells you that this word is a double-edged sword. So the same thing that can purify you and cleanse you can also cut you. It could also destroy you. These people that come into the truth and fall out, they get even worse than if they'd never heard the word in the first place. So you're dealing with a very dangerous path. But the entrance, when you make it through that narrow path, you have all good things. Let me read that again, verse 6.